Welcome to the Hoops Culture Podcast, where we talk about all things basketball. We're back with episode 24. Can't wait to get started on this. And yeah, we got some pretty good stories today. Before let's all get on the same page here. YouTube censors this one word, so I'm not gonna say it. So my recommendations or getting on anybody's recommendations doesn't go down. But I think everyone knows what the NBA is in trouble with right now, with a certain thing that everyone is getting. So yeah, like, I just don't want to get censored. So everyone knows what they're in trouble with. The cases have gone up a tremendous amount, and yeah, I just wanted to let you guys know. That's why I'm not saying the actual word because I don't want to get censored on YouTube for saying that word. I think that's what I heard. But anyways, it doesn't matter. I'll just continue as if I'm saying it, but not really saying it. So yeah, the NBA has really been in trouble. Like honestly, like I'm saying, they're really in trouble right now. As of right now, they have 90 players on the list of just not being able to play, health and safety protocols. A lot of games have been postponed, and it's been really tough because most of the star players are getting sick. I mean, Luka Doncic just got sick a couple hours ago. You got Kevin Durant, James Harden, Kyrie Irving. Kyrie Irving was just gonna come back, and he automatically goes onto protocols. They're all out. So many other guys, and it's just bad for the league. It's really bad for the league. Like if all these guys can't play, why are you putting on these terrible games for everyone to watch? Like for example, Christmas Day is going to be the New York Knicks versus the Atlanta Hawks. No one wants to watch. No one wants to watch Kemba Walker versus like DeAndre Hunter, John Collins right now on Christmas Day. It's just like there's no Trey Young, no Clint Capella, like you know, and the Brooklyn Nets have 10 guys on protocols right now. You got Kyrie, Kevin Durant, James Harden, Day'Ron Sharp, Aldridge, Bembry, Bruce Brown, Javon Carter, James Johnson, Paul Millsap, and it's just bad right now. And the Bulls got Zach LaVine. Cavs roster, they got sick pretty early on into the year, but then they started to come back. But Jared Allen's on protocols now, and Denzel Valentine, Dylan Windler, Evan Mobley, Isaac Okoro. The Mavericks just have Luka and Trey Burke, and they had Tim Hardaway Jr. yesterday go on protocols. Bol Bol's on protocols right now. I mean, it is insane. It is insane. Giannis was even on protocols as well. Like I mean, it is just unfortunate that we've seen so much of this stuff rise. Like everyone wants this gone. I mean, everyone in the entire world. It's been such an inconvenience. No one wants this thing in our world, and yeah, I mean, what I think about this, well, in my opinion, in a way, this has been like just very inconvenient. Very inconvenient. I mean, it's sometimes you can't even watch the best players play because you have to have some of the G League guys come up and they're getting sick too, and you're just spreading it more. And um, we have some older players. Isaiah Thomas is back into the league. Lance Stevenson just signed a 10-day. You got Joe Johnson who just signed the contract today. Like Joe Johnson is it's crazy how Joe Johnson's really back in the league. Shout out to Joe Johnson, by the way. Joe Johnson's a legend in his own right. So yeah, I mean it's crazy how bad this has become for the league, man. I really just hope we overcome it and then we could just go back to normal and have fun NBA games. That's all I want to see. Fun NBA games, that's all. So yeah, I mean, it's just I are they in trouble? yes or no? Yes, they are in trouble. A big amount because there's guys who they have TV deals, and if no one's watching the games because half of the players are out, then the guys on TV are going to be pissed off. TV channels. I mean, then again, it's not all about the money because these guys have to be safe. We've seen we've seen what COVID could do to some man. Like it could really do something to your lungs. So please, just everyone, just in general, just be careful. Just be careful. That's it. I don't want anyone to get sick. Hope everyone's good. But yeah. Anyways, enough on the NBA. We are going to be moving into football right now. Specifically, America's team, as they call it, Jerry Jones's franchise, Mike McCarthy's squad, the Dallas Cowboys. And, the Dallas Cowboys have been a rather really good team this year. They're 10-4 right now, first in their division, the NFC East. And they've been pretty impressive on one end of on one end of the game, which is defense. I did not expect the Dallas Cowboys to be this good at defense this year. When a lot of people said the Dallas Cowboys were going to be one of the worst defensive teams in the league, and man, the Dallas Cowboys have been great on defense. Offense, man, they looked pretty good too. But the reason why the questions come in of them being for real is the kind of lackluster play on offense as of late. You know, Dak Prescott kind of cooled down a little bit. I mean, Dak Prescott's an amazing quarterback. He's just kind of been on an off, like he's been a little off lately. And you got the running back duo of Ezekiel Elliott and Tony Pollard has looked amazing. Zeke has kind of looks like his old self. But he shares the backfield with Tony Pollard now. Tony Pollard's been pretty good this year. They each share, almost equal touches. Dak Prescott, obviously. CeeDee Lamb has became a number one wide receiver in this league. One of the best wide receivers, in fact. Amari Cooper and Dalton Schultz are still doing their thing. Great players. And yeah, I mean, the guy who has kind of been very, very essential to why they're so good, Micah Parsons, man. I called it back in September with one of my boys. I said Micah Parsons was going to be All-Pro this year. I said that in September before the season, and it's looking like he really is going to become All-Pro this year because he's looked incredible as a rookie. He's so impressive, and it couldn't have worked better in the Cowboys' favor because his draft stock dropped really low because of character issues, apparently. Because apparently he was too much of a jokester in the locker room, so they didn't like that. And he dropped down right into the Cowboys' lap, and he's really perfect for the team. Does everything, and another guy who's been very impressive, Trayvon Diggs, 10 interceptions on the season. Obviously his coverage still has a lot to work, but he's a ball hawk for a reason. He goes to get that ball, take those risks, and it's been working in their favor. So yeah, I mean, it's very interesting to see how far they can go in the playoffs with this team. But are they for real? Yeah, I think the Dallas Cowboys are for real. You could say, oh, their offense doesn't look good. First of all, let's talk about how the Dallas Cowboys are probably the most overhated team in the NFL because of, it's just the Cowboys. Like, it's always been like that for so long. You got, obviously the polarizing players, polarizing owner. You got Jerry Jones as your owner. The things with Jason Garrett, how bad he was. The Tony Romo years, him getting injured. The Des Bryant catch. All these things, and obviously it's a little hard to like some Cowboys players or Cowboys, the Cowboys owner, of course, but man, you can't discredit how good they've been. They have struggled in games, and still were able to win. Why is that an issue if they're struggling? If they weren't playing up to their potential and they're winning the games, why is that like a big deal? Why are they like not the real deal? Like I don't get it. Dak Prescott has been struggling, but the defense has been able to carry the load. When Dak Prescott starts getting it going, it's going to be very scary for NFC teams. I don't know about Super Bowl right now, but man, they got that playoff spot pretty locked almost, and they'll be a scary team to play against because of how unpredictable Dak Prescott is. That defense is young and hungry. They want to win. Zeke's coming into his own. CD's being CD, being a beast. And man, like Dallas is just so overhated. I really hope they just just win. I would love to see them win. Dak Prescott has always been one of my favorite players. He's such a humble guy, and I appreciate everything he does for his community, especially with for suicide and stuff. He helps a lot with that stuff, and yeah, he's just a great human being. And yeah, hopefully the Cowboys, hopefully Dak, you know, uh, gets a Super Bowl in the future and becomes a great quarterback. And he's on his way to becoming one of the best quarterbacks in the league. So yeah, that's my thoughts on the Dallas Cowboys. Next, I want to talk about how incredible Dana White has done of a job for the UFC in 2021. We're going to go over a little recap of just like the incredible things that really happened in the UFC in 2021, man. It's been incredible. It really has been incredible what Dana White has done for the UFC. Man, you got guys. Shoot, you had Dustin Poirier come into his own, beating Conor McGregor twice. Francis Ngannou finally getting the belt. You had stories Glover Teixeira taking the light heavyweight strap. Excuse me. Kamaru Usman really becoming the pound for pound number one fighter this year. Man, Kamaru Usman has been a dog this year, and it's just been such a fun year. Like this is one of the like, man, they had some amazing fights too. Like it was really really fun. Obviously Brian Ortega versus Alexander Volkanovski for the featherweight belt was one of the best fights I've ever seen in my life. That was so good. You had Michael Chandler electrifying debut in the UFC in January. He, despite going 1-2 in his UFC career so far, man, his stock has went up. No one has thought, like, I didn't think Michael Chandler was that much of a killer, and man, he could take some punches. It's like the UFC's looking really good. Cyril Gane is came into his own as well, fighting 3 times this year, I believe. He's the interim light heavyweight champ right now, looking to fight Francis Ngannou. Francis Ngannou beating Stipe Miocic, TJ Dillashaw coming back, and the UFC has had more eyes on the business than it has ever because of how well Dana White really like shaped the UFC. Like he did such a good job this year with just making the right fights that people wanted to see, and there was never really a bad fight this year. Man, it was just incredible. And UFC in 2022 is going to be even more better. You got starting off the year with a bang. For a pay-per-view, you got Ngannou versus Gane, which is going to be sick. Obviously a little grudge match right there. You got, Francis Ngannou, former teammate of Cyril Gane, and now they're fighting for the heavyweight strap, and it's going to be sick. Quick predictions on that. I like both fighters. Both are great, both fun to watch, but Cyril Gane's way too technical for Francis, and I think he'll pick him apart. Then you got UFC 271, Israel Adesanya versus Robert Whittaker. Israel Adesanya is my favorite fighter in the world. fighting Robert Whitaker for a second time as a rematch, and I could see Israel. I could see Israel winning that fight again. Man, the UFC's just done such a great job. I'm very impressed of how much they really just like made the fight game fun. They made it so fun. Like everyone wants to watch it, despite it being very expensive to like buy pay per views, which it is. It is pretty expensive. Like ESPN lower those prices a little bit. But man, like like I just want to buy like I'll buy every single pay per view because it's so fun. And yeah, I mean, it's just been it's just been great. Shout out to Dana White, you're the man, and I can't wait to see what's next. But yeah, that's it for today's episode. Just wanted to get in a little short one today. Definitely gonna try to get one in for Friday on Christmas Eve for everyone to listen to. And yeah, peace.